Hello everyone, Liliana Gaspar here, mind and body wellness coach, helping people improve their relationship with food. Are you someone who keeps making plans to improve their eating habits, but you keep failing to implement those plans? Have you been trying different diets and you always find that you fall off the horse, start going very well, and then something happens and you don't even know why, but you're unable to sustain new behavior in the long term? If so, this video is for you, so watch until the end because I'll be telling you all about my signature method, Eat with Your Heart, which will help you achieve sustained changes over time. So my method, Eat with Your Heart, really defines the basic pillars or the philosophy that you should be following if you want to have long-term improvements on your eating habits. And it actually applies to any behavior, and you're going to understand why. So first, Eat with Your Heart. So heart refers actually to an acronym. So it defines each of the principles that you should be following. So let's start with H. H is for holistic. It means that you need to think about your life as a whole. So oftentimes when you embark on a journey of changing how you're eating, your focus is going to be obviously which foods you want to eat or not. Maybe you are thinking about exercise, and maybe you're even thinking about making a plan. You know, you need to plan. If you don't plan, for example, what kind of food you're going to buy, or what times you're going to eat, or if you need to bring food with you wherever you're going. If you do not plan, then it's going to interfere with whatever it is that you have set out to do, whatever it is your goal. And all of those things are definitely important, they're useful, but I think that there's a big gap normally in the advice that we find online, because there's no real consideration given, or not sufficient consideration given, to the person underneath and to the whole of their life. And that's what I mean by being holistic. So if you want to think holistically, you have to consider that in your life everything is interconnected. Your eating habits do not happen in isolation in relation to your other behaviors, or in relation to other aspects of your life, or in relation to your thoughts and feelings, or even in relation to your past experiences. Everything is interconnected. So you need to take a step back, forget about the eating itself, and just concentrate on you and understand what's going on in terms of your relationships, in terms of work or stress, or I don't know, studies, or family, in terms of how you're feeling in yourself. Have you been feeling happy, okay, relaxed, or not really? And consider how that might be affecting how you're eating. So when you come to the point of making a choice, a dietary choice, and perhaps you've eaten well, you've followed through on your plan, or maybe you haven't, what was going on, or what were all the events leading up to that point, and what was the story of that event, of that moment? What was the story surrounding it that has eventually influenced that eating behavior? So that is being holistic. So the E is about effective incremental steps. This is about the fact that oftentimes when we make a plan, we plan to change everything at once. We want to obviously eat more vegetables, or cut sugar, or I don't know, maybe we want to count calories, or whatever it is. Together with that, we want to start exercising 3 times a week. We want to start eating at regular intervals, and maybe we also want to do intermittent fasting or keto, or, I mean, this is too much to do in one go. It's a lot. So just think about what is it of all the things that you would like to achieve that you can change in the short term. What can you change in the next week? Can you improve your breakfasts, for example? Are you able to just start drinking more water? Think about something simple and just carry on improving, taking the next step after that. And like that, you build upon the previous step. You have been on a path, right? And these things you have been changing, your routines have been changing slowly, step by step. So you cannot undo all of those changes overnight. You need to use the same method in order to make changes from now on. So the next is A, paying attention. So paying attention means that it is vital when you're trying to change a behavior that you learn to be present for yourself, that you learn to be mindful, that you learn to notice what's going on within you and outside of you, and what is the connection between both of them. So how are you feeling in yourself as you go through your day? Are you happy? Are you not happy? Are you stressed? Are you in a hurry? Are you distracted? And what's going on in that moment? What are the events surrounding you? And then what is the connection between them? And how does that eventually lead up to eating? And even noticing as well physical sensations like, are you really hungry? Learn to pay attention to that. And if you're really hungry, what are you hungry for? Is it the sugar? Is it the carbs? Is it water? Are you thirsty? So learn to be present for yourself, paying attention. The next one is being realistic. So being realistic is essential for you to change any behavior. Rather than holding on, and you may not be aware that you're doing it, but truly truly inspect how you are. What is it that you're dreaming about? What is it that's happening within you? Are you kind of like wishing that the time would turn back and maybe you would go back to, the body that you used to have 20 years ago? And is that realistic? Or are you hoping to achieve a radical change in your behavior, a radical change in who you are, as if you don't even accept who you are right now at all? And is that realistic? If you're not being realistic, what happens is that you keep holding on, consciously or not. This could be happening just in the back of your mind. But consciously or not, you are holding on to a plan, a vision that is never going to happen. And the sooner you let go of that, the better it is, because otherwise you will keep feeling like you're not good enough, because you can never reach such a high bar. It's just not feasible. So bring it down and think, what is it that is realistic? Let go. Think about the immediate, the short term, and just let go of the grand plan for now. And the last one is the T, so the true self. Honoring who you really are. And that is about self-awareness, is about knowledge. It's about your values, prioritizing what's important for you. So is it just being happy? Is it how you look that's most important? Is it your health? Is it your family? Is it not being under pressure? Is it having time for yourself? Is it having fun, right? And what kinds of things do you enjoy doing? What is it that really makes you happy? How can you bring that in? How can you take that into account? Because of course, we can change, we can get out of our comfort zones, and we can learn new things, but there's a core person within you that's always going to be there, and it's going to accompany you wherever you go, whatever you do. So if you use that, then you are starting from a position of strength. You're starting from a solid foundation that you can leverage to make changes, and it's going to just make sense to you, and it's going to make you much, much happier. So I'm curious to know, what was it that resonated for you among all of these? So I'm just going to repeat them. H means you be holistic. E means you take effective incremental steps. A means you learn to pay attention. R means that you have to be realistic with your plans. And T means that you are honoring your true self. So write down for each of them, where is it that you are? Have you considered this or not? And let me know in the comments. If you like this video, then let me know, like the video, and I hope that you subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications so that you can hear about new videos that I'm going to be posting.